In this video, we'll look at how to complete assignments within the COSma Learning iMath AS system. So I have my sample course pulled open here, and you'll notice that there's some folders indicated by these gray blocks. So if you click on the links for a folder name, it should drop open that folder or maybe pull you into the folder where there's a handful of other links. So if you see a folder, you can open those up and check what's inside. What I'm going to do is look at some online lessons as well as online homework. So if you're in a course that has online lessons, then you can open that lesson up and you'll see something similar to what I have pulled open here. The online lessons consist of text, so just a little bit of writing, as well as videos and animations, and most importantly, some tasks that you're going to be asked to answer. So all of the tasks are outlined within this, generally a purple box. Should be pretty clear what are tasks. And then there's some information at the bottom about that question. So I'll scroll down to maybe a shorter one. So right here we have a task within this lesson. So as you're working through the lesson, you should just work from top to bottom, reading any text that you see along the way, and then completing tasks as you come to them. So what you'll do is just enter some information into the input boxes for a given task. When you're ready to submit your answers, you just press the submit button at the very bottom. So when you press the submit, it's going to give you feedback on how you did. So for example, this shows us that we got 0 out of 2 points for this question because we didn't even answer it. And then you get some feedback indication where it'll give you a red outlined box if you got a part incorrect and a green box if you got it correct. So if you're working through the lessons, just go from top to bottom, answering tasks along the way. And if you get stuck on something, just move on and then come back to that task later on. All of your work is always saved, so you can always leave a lesson and then come back into it and have all of your progress saved. Now, let's look at some homework. The way that your homework looks will be somewhat dictated by your instructor, but it might look similar to what I have pulled open here. So it'll probably look like a page that has a handful of questions on it that you're going to answer. So I have a handful of tasks, and each task has a little submit button at the bottom of it where you can submit your work for that task. So for example, we have a task pulled open here. This is question 3, and we've got some information at the bottom about this question. And then what we do is we go in and we complete the task. So you can enter an answer, and when you hit submit, it's going to give you feedback on how you did. So in this, I got 1 out of 2 points. It'll tell me which parts I got correct and which ones I got incorrect. And this just gives us an indication of how we're doing on that task. One thing to note is we can always leave an assignment and go back to our home page. And when we enter back into that assignment, our work for that assignment is still saved. So the work that we previously did is still shown here when we enter back into the assignment. So you can leave the tasks or leave the assignments whenever you want, and entering back in, it'll show you your work again.